Hello, Ty at Landscape Lighting Pro here to show you how to reset your digital timer for your landscape lights. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do to reset this is get a paper clip and fold out one side of it. Then what you're going to do is push in this button right here, hold that button in. You'll see the screen go blank. Pull out the paper clip, and after it clears it should say 12 a.m. Perfect, just like that. Now, to get the clock, the current time set up, what you're going to do is hit the clock button up here. Actually, you're going to hold it down and then get the hours and minutes by clicking these two buttons here. So get to the right hour. We're going to go to 1:15 p.m. So got 1 for the hour, then we're going to hit the minutes until we get to 1:15. Perfect, and that's it right there. Then for the program, the actual on-off times to control the lights, you're going to hit the program button right here. So we have our first on program, and that's our first off program. That's how you get to those, is by hitting the program button. So we'll go back into it again to show you. So right here, on, you're going to set it by hitting the hour button and the minute button, similarly to when you set up the clock, the actual time, but you don't have to hold down the program button. So let's get back into that. Hit program, then you're going to scroll through till you get to 4:30 p.m. and I'll explain why that is later. So 4:30 p.m. and that's for our on time. Then you'll hit program again to set up an off time. For most people, this is midnight or 12 a.m., but you can have this set to whatever time suits your fancy. Perfect, just like that. And you can have multiple programs. You can have additional ones, as you see here, but for our purposes, we'll just show you the first program. Now, getting back to clock, you know what, actually, let's take a look at this really quick. So when I was showing you how to do the program, I said to set it to 4:30 p.m. and the reason that is because most of the time these digital timers are being used in conjunction with a photocell, and that looks like this right here. This is sticking out the side of the transformer, and this senses the light. That way the transformer knows when to turn on at sunset. Now, how that works, it just kind of works like a light switch. When it gets dark, it tells the landscape lights it's time to turn on. So the reason we set the program to 4:30 is that way the timer itself is going to turn on no matter what time of year it is. In the winter time, the sun sets earlier, so we need to be able to turn them on earlier with the photocell. If that all makes sense, we'll go ahead and move forward. Then the other thing with the timer, this is what we've seen people struggle with most understanding, is how when you're done programming this, or if you go in and you need to turn your lights on and off manually, you can do that with the on-off button right here. But something very important to pay close attention to is this right here. You have an on and an auto on, as well as an off and an auto off. If you were to leave the lights on, they will not turn off. As well as if you leave your lights on off, your lights will stay off. You need to make sure that your lights say auto on if it's after 4:30 p.m. and auto off if it's after 4:30 p.m. or before 4:30 p.m. And that's just because of the initial programming at 4:30. If it was to be at 5 p.m., these same rules would apply, except for it would be 5 p.m. If all that makes sense, I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, or if you're struggling to figure this all out, we're always happy to come out and help you out. Otherwise, that's it. It's pretty straightforward. Thanks, bye.